Okay, guys, I gotta ask, are European companies that are hiring us remote workers based in Africa and Asia, the Philippines, are they using us? It's gotten to a point where I'm thinking this is no longer just cheap labor. If you get my point, this is now extortion bordering on slavery. Guys, recently I've been seeing a decline in salary, right? When remote work started, I think maybe 2018, 2019, salaries were comparable, right? They would be slightly cheaper when they would outsource their jobs, right? If they would be paying somebody in America $20, they would pay maybe $15 or $13 if you're not based in America, to be specific, in the US. Then the pandemic started, and I don't know, they were reporting that, oh, people are getting are refusing their jobs. Let's hire offshore being us. Okay, I'll speak to myself directly, right? Let's hire in Africa. I'm like, yes. And we got an influx of jobs. At that point they would be offering like $1,500. If quick calculation with today's rate, $1,500 would be like around 25,000 rands. I'm like, yes, we want the money. Now, note, guys, I'm talking about jobs that I talk about on this platform, which are like your entry level customer service, call center, lead generation jobs, right? And I'm like, 25,000. People were balling, people were rich, people, it was good. Now, note, for them, no one in the US will work for $1,500. Honey, I mean, what are they going to do with that money? But for us at that time, it was good. Then 2020 rolled by, 2021. They're like, no, we're not gonna start offering $1,000. It was like, I was noticing this. I'm like, okay, still, I didn't complain. That was around 17,000 something. Let's just round off to like 18,000 rands. I'm like, you know what? It's quite good. 18,000 rands. I can work with it. But lately, majority of the jobs are paying $800. $800 being 13,600. Last week, I had a bunch of jobs that were paying 600 US, 10,000 rands. I even saw a job that was offering 6,000 rands. Guys, 6,000 rands is $352. Note, you might be saying, Lynn, oh my gosh, you guys are employed, you're complaining, but they do have workers that are in the US still earning a minimum of $18 an hour. $18 an hour, that's the minimum I've seen them getting. $18 an hour by, let's say the rate is 17, that's 306 rands an hour. By 45 hours a week, that's 13,000 rands times 4 times. So these people are earning 55,000 rands, plus or minus. And we're earning 6,000 rands for the same amount of work, same amount of time. And another thing that I've even noticed, right, their requirements, they're getting ridiculous. For the same person or the same type of jobs I see in America, for the ones, like the easy entry level, whatever, they just need you to have your GED. I'm not sure, but that doesn't sound like, to me, GED sounds like, yeah, I think maybe it's metric, but I feel like maybe it was grade 10. You stopped there and then you then wrote some exam, crash course. So you didn't even really matriculate, right? And they're offering $18. For us, some of these jobs now, they want you to have a degree. You need to have your bachelor's or your advanced diploma to even get these jobs, guys. For, let's just say, let me be fair, majority of them, $800. I don't know, it's just something that has been niggling on my mind. I'm like, do I really still want to push remote work to you guys? I know it's convenient, right? To people that are looking for jobs, and it sounds easy to work from home, but let's also break it down a little bit. Some of the companies no longer pay for internet. A few do. Amazon pays for internet. What else pays for your internet? I don't know. Very few. Amazon also gives you a laptop, but we'll talk about that in another video. And then majority of them, you have to use your internet. So let's just say you're getting paid $800. So I'll work with the monies that I know, right? So $800, working with conservative rate of 17, the rate being 17, that's 13,600. They want you to have internet, not just any internet. No. You need to have fiber. So that means the neighborhood you need to be living in is good. I know some places that actually possibly really need these jobs, they don't have fiber or whatever. So you need to be in a good neighborhood. So that's another chat for another day. how remote work is for privileged individuals. So internet, the minimum you can get, I'll use mine, 700 rands. So you've used 700 rands internet for their business. So you're already down to 12,900. Then they do say you need to have a UPS or inventor. Internet does go out every 2 hours or something. Maybe if you're not working this job, you wouldn't need to get it. But now, for you to even get the job, you need to get yourself an inventor. I know it's a one-time cost, but still. Those things go for, let's say, unless you find it on sale on Takealot, I've seen a lot of them going for $1,200. Rands, sorry, rands, 1,200 rands. Then we're going to talk about how you're using your home to do their work. So they don't have to pay overhead for office expenses, and you're not even getting an allowance. Some companies do offer like the allowance to kit your office, right? Buy a chair, buy whatever. And I've seen that they do that mostly for like Americans. Same, could be the same companies, whatever, but most of them, they do kit you out. In Africa, I know, unless it's like a big company. I'm not talking about those jobs, guys. Like those tech jobs that are like where you're earning $5,000 a month. No, I'm talking about the ones we do, right? So when they're interviewing you, they already want to see that you've got a desk and a chair. How much is that gonna cost? Then I should get into the headsets. There can't be any headsets. A lot of us are forced to buy Link headsets. Those are expensive. Guys, only for you to get paid $800, and you are working 8 hours, or is it 9 hours, and some people give 1 hour breaks, some give 30-minute breaks. Now let us move on to something about these jobs, these remote jobs. Career progression. Is there career progression in this job? So can you rise up to be a team lead? Let's say you're a customer service. Can you be a team lead? Can you show that, hey, I was working for this company and I need to be transferred? You know how in other big companies such as your PwC and them, you can be seconded to another country? Do we get that opportunity? You've been a customer service rep for 5 years for this remote company. Can you easily get a visa to the US saying, hey, I'm being seconded? Do we? I know, guys, it's just me just thinking out loud. It's a Monday morning, and I'm not sure when you're watching this video. I was just thinking, like, I love remote work just like everyone. It gives me this bit of like flexibility. I get to play with my cat Luna. My husband also works remotely, so we get to hang out. My days are. But when work starts, right? I can't do other things, and sometimes I'm even thinking like maybe I'm working double overtime, But I do save on fuel going to work and all of that. But am I lonely? I actually think remote work is for people that have not going through mental stuff. It can be a lonely world, right? You don't really have colleagues. Customer service, sales jobs, those jobs are tough. You've got angry people talking. One of these days on my TikTok, I had somebody that came on. She said, talking about how she left her job on Amazon. Yes, guys, sometimes we have lives on TikTok. And she was talking about how she left because she would have like irate, angry clients and she wouldn't have anyone to decompress with, Or sometimes when you're working in those environments and the client is like unreasonable, your manager can hop on and like take over the call. But if you're working remotely, nobody's going to hop on. You're dealing with that person yourself and you are ready. It's a whole thing. And guys, I think I'm going to start talking more about these remote jobs and whatever. But if you have noticed, I've now been posting remote and on-site work because I feel like there's better career progression. So if your company decides not to pay you this remote job, what are you going to tell? Can you go to CCMA? I'm like, hey, there's this company that's based in Nevada that was supposed to pay me and they haven't paid me. Just some things I'm thinking. Let us not. So in conclusion, guys, I know I'm not going on a tangent. Let us not romanticize remote work. I think they're now underpaying us. And is there something we can do? Really? Maybe we'll talk about it in another video. Remember, guys, you are amazing. Never stop chasing the bag.